Good afternoon. This is Farley Fontenot, and welcome back to the GL52 Summer Series. We're in Harbor Springs at the Little Traverse Bay Regatta, and we are having practice today. Today's Wednesday. Different schedule than we've had before, as we are going to be racing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Everybody travels to go to the Super Series Regatta in Europe. We're 2 minutes and 30 seconds away from the first practice start. I'm here with Drew Follett, who is flying the drone, and Tommy Giesler, the project manager for the WindQuest, and we're on the WindQuest Protector support boat. We're at the pin end of the line, 2 minutes and 11. You can see the boat shock in. For those who are at our last regatta, you'll see that we have 6 boats compared to our 10. Um, some of the guys, not everybody could stay for the whole series, and these are the guys that are in the top of the pack, fighting it out for first overall for the season. If we look from your left to right, you got Katana, who's now tacking over. You see that she's being pushed by the WindQuest. Underneath the Katana is the Natalie J, then the Heartbreaker, Wizard with the stars on her sail, and the Mockingbird tacking just now. Boats are jockeying. 1 minute 25 seconds to go to the start. So this is again practice start number 1. WindQuest takes a quick double tack. Natalie J, for Glory, who drives the boat, who drives an LEJ for Phil and Sharon O'Neill, really likes to pin and likes to push. She's a great one design sailor. Terry Hutchinson calling tactics on the WindQuest. They're down here at the pin. In the middle, you see the Heartbreaker fighting it out with the Katana. Morgan Larson's calling tactics for John Hune on the Katana. Mockingbird now tacking out, taking a little short hitch. We see the push, as we talked about earlier, by the Natalie J, who now basically gives it up, takes a little short hitch into the Heartbreaker. Heartbreaker shows bow down. 31 seconds. This will set up the WindQuest for the pin and Wizard at the boat. 23 seconds. A little, kind of a long push, long time to burn for the WindQuest. You can see the bow down on the Heartbreaker, bow down on the Katana. Here we go at 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And Welcome, everyone. This is Farley Fontenot, and we're here with the GL52 Summer Series, the Traverse Bay Cup, and welcome to Harbor Springs, Michigan. Have our first practice day. We have 6 boats on the line, and we are about to have our first practice start here shortly. So we'll be back to you with the beginning of the first practice race, which will be a half race, and then we'll get some more practice starts in, and then the second half race. Until then, this is Farley out. We'll have the first gun in 8 minutes and 17 seconds. Welcome back. We got 3 minutes to go to the start of a practice race. This is Farley Fontenot, and I'm with Drew Follett driving the drone, and Tommy Giesler driving the boat as we're on the WindQuest Protector. And we're here in Harbor Springs, Michigan for the last regatta, our practice races for the Little Traverse Bay Cup. This is the third regatta for our inshore. We have one more regatta after this. And these are our top six contenders for the overall trophy. 2 minutes and 26 seconds. This is our third practice start, and this will be a half practice race, meaning they'll go up to the weather mark and they'll round the marks like they're racing, but it will just be first boat, and this is all just practice for tomorrow's racing. 2 minutes to go. You see the boats from left to right is the WindQuest, the Natalie J. On starboard is the Mockingbird. Then there is the Wizard with the stars on her sails. Katana just tacked. And on the end is Bob Hughes with the Heartbreaker. Mockingbird trying to hook the WindQuest. It'll be tough from the spot that she's in. She wants, obviously, Joachim Schunken, oh, that's a hard name to say, Joachim Aschenbrenner, the strategist for this regatta, but really wants that pin. WindQuest decides he's going to take the nibble over. We've got 1:30. So they still got a lot of time here in this race. And actually with this small fleet, there's a lot of interaction throughout the whole sequence until sometimes with just 15 seconds to go. WindQuest drops down pretty hard on the Mockingbird just so she can go back again. 1:05 to go. WindQuest on port, a little nibble. Now all the other boats have kind of stood up. Mockingbird's going to take that little nibble into the WindQuest. She has to be careful here that she doesn't get hooked. WindQuest trying to go for the hook here. And it looks like she may get it. We got 42 seconds to go. WindQuest hooks the Mockingbird. After that battle, Mockingbird takes her third nibble in the last 35, 40 seconds. WindQuest's going to follow her over. We got 30 seconds to go. Great action here at the pin. Mockingbird tacks over, WindQuest tacks over, and the rest of the fleet kind of sets up. 22 seconds. Mockingbird now is pretty poked out. She's got a tough spot to live in, with WindQuest definitely pushing her to come over. 14 seconds to go. Mockingbird is very, very close. WindQuest is going to bow down. Mockingbird's in a tough spot here. Here comes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. WindQuest at the pin. Mockingbird. Natalie J is over. And the Wizard. So instruments is that they will call all the boats over, even those that you can't see. Great action here. We'll see you at the weather mark. This is Farley, and I'm out. Okay, a little break in the action there. The lower lifeline on the port side of the Heartbreaker failed, and we had 4 people in the water. We all made a at sea save. Everybody's okay. Fresh water couldn't be prettier. Nice. I guess it couldn't ask for a prettier day for a swim. August in Michigan. So now the whole time, so you've been able to watch what's going on. Uh, there's a good news here, and we're able to get all 4 of those guys out of the water pretty quickly. And now we motor up to the start as they approach the weather. They're approaching the weather mark. You see the Natalie J right there coming across. She is just underneath the Windquest, and the Wizard taxed up on the hip. Natalie J taxed on the port tack boats. She tacks on the Mockingbird and the Katana. Windcast coming across on starboard. Wizard up on the on starboard, possibly the starboard ley line. Here we're looking at the starboard ley line there. Windquest leads in, followed by the Natalie J, the Wizard, and the 2 boats on port is Mockingbird and Katana. First boat to the weather mark, Windquest. Maddie puts the shuttle into the headstay, sets up for the set. Now, the Wizard right behind. They come to the leeward mark. Spinnakers begin to go up. There goes the Windquest chute. She's up. Nice set, and she's away. Natalie J following. Again, shuttle's in the headstay. She's up. Jibe set by Natalie J. Pretty short courses. This is about 2/3 of our normal course length. Wizard also jibe sets. Natalie J owned by Phil and Sharon O'Neill. You see her leading the 2 boats going over onto port, followed by the Wizard, owned by Peter Askew. Actually, Peter and David, the brothers. So all boats jibe set except for Windquest. You see her jibing. She's just jibing now underneath the pack of 4. So what you see there are the 4 boats that have jibe set, and underneath them, the Windquest, who has the lead at the mark, has now jibed, and she's leading the group back over. Windquest, tactics are called on Windquest by Terry Hutchinson. This regatta, Terry and Doug, who's driving, Doug DeVos, have worked together for a couple of years now on the American Magic program, and where they've had great success, and where they'll both be leaving for the Super Series regatta on Sunday for next week. They start racing next Tuesday. So we have all 5 boats are now on port jibe. Windquest, that's a good lane in there, and actually probably has done a good job of, if not maintaining, maybe increasing her lead. With the leg being so short, there's not a lot of runway for the jibe set boats to go, much less there is a little bit of shoreline up there. You see the 2 leaders. You see the 2nd and 3rd place boat, the Natalie J and the Wizard, on port jibe. What you can't see is there's a shoreline in front of them. They've got plenty of room, but that shoreline will probably be J, the first boat to jibe out. She was kind of getting overtaken a little, or did not want to get actually jammed in there by the Natalie J. So Natalie J is out, and she's kind of on a good a good puff. You see the WindQuest in the back in the top of your screen as they quickly approach each other. Probably Natalie J is just over the ley line, or under, should I say. She's not laying. She's got a head of steam too. WindQuest prepares. I'm sure WindQuest will go right on her. And there she goes. Boats are close. Tough spot for Natalie J now to pass through to leeward of the WindQuest. WindQuest laid a great jibe on her, and she'll be able to bump up into the front of her, but she won't be able to go through. Wizard tack, wizard jibe, mockingbird jibes, katana jibes. It's a great boat for boat race now as we go down to the finish between the wizard. You see for the first time the wizard chutes collapse as she can't get through the WindQuest chute. These boats are not racing one design. It's actually they're racing ORC. So there's a little time difference. Now, far enough back that does Welcome back to practice day here at Harbor Springs, Michigan for the Little Traverse Cup GL52 racing at its best. Quite exciting first practice race where the lifeline broke and four of the Heartbreakers crew went into the water and everybody's retrieved. They went in to fix their pulpit and now we have two quick practice starts and then a second practice race. We have 1 minute and 47 seconds left for the first practice, or I would say, I guess, our fourth practice start. Natalie J on the bottom. Coming up, and right there that's with the Mockingbird above her. Just tacking over, I'm sorry, that's the Wizard. You see the Mockingbird crossing in front of her, Natalie J, then the Katana. WindQuest taking the boat in with 1:13. Terry Hutchinson and crew tacks over. On the WindQuest, Morgan Larson's on the Katana. On his crew, tacks over to nibble up to him. We have Natalie J's down. So is the Wizard. Steve Hunt calling tactics for Peter. Mockingbird decides she wants none of that. She's going to go take her transom. She's got a nice hole there that she can kind of go in and take advantage of the Natalie J, Katana, and WindQuest. We have 38 seconds to go. She goes short. Interesting that she went that short, but she did. Maybe thought she couldn't get to the line in time. 29 seconds. Again, it's really hard for these boats to slow down because once they get too slow, when they go to speed up, they just go sideways. Chris takes a nice bite up. We got 15 seconds. Natalie J holding that whole group up there. The Katana and the WindQuest. 8, 7, 6, 3, 2, 1. Probably all clear. Really good start by the Wizard down here at the pin. Followed by the Mockingbird, Natalie J, Katana, and WindQuest kind of getting shot out the back there. Early setup for WindQuest made it hard for her to live in that hole for a long period of time, and she's out. All the boats now going upwind. Again, a practice start. We have two umpires this regatta. Cliff Black from Chicago, or actually from Holland, Michigan, and Brad Dellenbaugh from Newport. You'll see them with the pink umpire flags as they follow the group. All calls are done on the water here. Over earlies is called by the Baccaros instrument. Running kind of the Baccaros and our Mark's Head boxer, Caroline Rochefort, who works for both companies and does a great job in managing our course, along with Carol Ewing, who is our race committee chair, as has been all season long. All right. We will let these guys come back down and we'll start up again. This is Farley, and I'm out. Again, we're here in racing today due to the fact of a little breakdown to the heartbreaker. Sailing on these boats. It's going to be a great weekend of racing, and everybody's looking forward to it as we count down to our last regatta in October in uh, Holland, Michigan. Just under 3 minutes, 2 minutes and 49 seconds. Boats are all jockeying for position here. We have a very steady breeze. 315, 316, blowing about just at the top of the J15s. I'd say at the 11 true, 12 true. We would assume that all the boats are on the J15s. Practice sail days, so sometimes boats are out of sequence in their jib selection. Coming on 2 minutes. Two minutes now. So going from left to right, you see the Katana, the Natalie J, the Wizard with the Stars, who's just now tacking, was over there. In front of her is Heartbreaker and then WindQuest on port, going towards the Wizard, heading up now. Wizard ducking. Terry trying for the boat again. It would seem at 1:38 to go that far out. Katana heading up on a hard port to make a cross to get over. And here she goes and she tacks over. Morgan Larson's and crew working on probably their pin in starts. 1:15 to go. Wizard in the middle. Nice setup. Natalie J between the WindQuest and the Wizard. The Katana underneath the Mockingbird. Hard head to win right now by the Wizard with 53 seconds to go. Just kind of killing time. On all these instruments, it's time to burn, so they know how much time on board they have to burn before they can accelerate. So you'll see them all just kind of all slowing down as slow as they can go. 38 seconds, as slow as they can go and still have flow over the foil. Terry, the WindQuest crew, takes a little bit of hitch out with 30 seconds to go. It's going to be bow down for him as he needs to get pace to the line. We see Katana now beginning to go down. It's very interesting from us on the water when these guys head down how much side slip they have before the keels bite. 15 seconds. As we begin to count, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All clear on the line. The Katana with a good head of steam down here, and the leeward boat has a little bit of advantage that she can really press as hard as she wants to gain pace to get out of the starting line area. All the other boats have to kind of hold up as they have leeward boats below them. We see the Katana leading out with the Mockingbird. There's the Wizard, Natalie J, and the WindQuest. In the middle, there's our umpire, Cliff Black, and Brad Dellenbaugh. WindQuest decides she's going to hitch to the right. And there they go. Mockingbird, Katana in a really good spot, decided that she liked the right too and left early from the pack. And so we have the Mockingbird, the Wizard, and the Natalie J all right here. Got a great view here of the Mockingbird, the Natalie J. I'm sorry, the Wizard and Natalie J. There goes Natalie J. She's tacked over. You can see her tacking away. She leads out in the middle of the pack of 5. Whether Katana, who had a great start and is probably right now, if this would be a race, would be winning the race. Wizard tacks over. Mockingbird still going out to the left. Breeze is pretty consistent around the race course. So right now, this is a sheer boat speed race.
We are scheduling our next practice. It will be a practice race, and it will be a full race, 4 legs.
So I don't know if you heard that or not, but our race committee chairman, Carol Ewing, just stated that we're going to have a start and there will be a full race. All 4 legs will be our last practice race of the day. So everybody's getting back to the starting line. We'll come back to you with about 3 minutes to go to that start. Until then, we'll see you back here. They start in they'll have their start in 12 minutes and 30 seconds. All right, this is Farley and I'm out.
race, a full race, 4 legs. Five, four, three, two, one.
Welcome back to our final practice race. Practice start of the day. Um, Carol Ewing, our race committee chairman. We have courses 1.2 miles, bearing 308. Again, about 12 now, 11, 12 knots of breeze. Just at the very top end again are the bottom end of the J2 or the top end of the J1. 2 minutes, 11 seconds to go. This will be a full practice race, 4 legs. As the whole group begins to set up with the 2 minutes to go. We got WindQuest down on the bottom, Natalie J, the Wizard, Mockingbird, and Katana. Mockingbird biting down, would love to be able to hook the WindQuest, but she's at a tough spot to do it. I don't think she's going to. She might try to push with 1:35 to go. Mockingbird down to leeward. WindQuest decides to bail on that. Gets out, and Mockingbird bails with her. We got the Natalie J and the Katana coming across. It's going to be a little party down here. It looks like a lot of people like the pin in.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The pin has been, not that the pin's been favored, but the pin in has basically shown almost every one of these practice starts. So it is a fight for the pin in, or at least pace on the bottom third of the line. You don't have to be the butt at the pin, but you definitely would like to be the fastest guy at the pin. 40 seconds to go as we watch the boats jockeying around. Katana's out of there. She didn't want any part of this. Getting out to where she can get a nice clean lane, and probably not a bad idea. 26 seconds to go. We see the WindQuest poked out there a little bit. Mockingbird underneath, holding her up for as long as possible. After their last start, Mockingbird, here goes the WindQuest, kind of puts bow down a little bit. Both boats have to be able, bows are down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You see the Katana started on port at the boat. Got the Oh, WinQuest is over. WinQuest and Katana are both over. Morgan looked early as he approached on port. He kind of tacked out. WinQuest will take a duck out of here. WinQuest, nice job out. She'll probably take, well, no, the Wizard's already there. She's going to decide to duck the inside of the line. There she goes. All boats are clear, and they're going up the course. We'll see you guys in 5 after we take some photos. And we're back on the race course. We have all 5 boats right now going left. Windcrest and Katana, who were over early, are in a little bit of the back. Natalie J has had a nice position out there. Wizard on the inside of her towards the beach, and Mockingbird just up on her hip. As you look right there on the inside, you got the Wizard with the Natalie J right above her, and the Mockingbird above them. And just at the top of your screen, you can see the Windquest. Boats are all going out here to get its position to come in on the ley line. The way the course is situated here today is that we're somewhat close to the shore, and this wind bends around what we call Lighthouse Point. And everybody wants to get in, and just to get a little bit of that almost relief, but it's actually a wind bend. And with 1.2 miles on this weather leg, it's a lot of time for them to get in there. And you can see a little bit on here on the shoreline as we go across them. The leeward boat, the Wizard, having a nice, basically seeing some relief or a little bit of down for them to come across on the starboard. Windquest hoping that to get some lefty out here that they can bring them back into the race. The guys on the shore are actually footing pretty hard. I'm not going to say footing. They're pressed into their jibs so that they're going at it, make sure they're at target boat speed or over to get to this corner, because it's a race to the corner, and the person that can cross first will actually be the first guy in, obviously. But I'm saying they're really pressing. Katana can't take it anymore. She's in the back wing, going well. She kind of crept up to the back of these guys and has bad air, and so she's out. She's on starboard, coming out. She'll be close with the Windquest. Wizard tacks over first. She's on the ley line, or Natalie J will hit on her, and we'll see where the Mockingbird comes in. Or tacks, nice slow tack to make sure he gets deep, really into her. Mockingbird takes both boats, takes the transom of both boats, and will hip up. You see the distance there between the between the Wizard and the Natalie J as they come up to the mark. These guys are on the ley line, getting in. Katana crosses well ahead of the Windquest. Boats are coming in on long starboard tacks. Hope getting a little lift, which is giving the Natalie J a little bit more gain out there. You can see the Mockingbird from our angle with a bow down as she's overstood just a little bit and trying to get as much speed as she can to get into the Wizard and a little bit into the Natalie J. Morgan Larson's and the Katana crew come over all the way. They're going to go to the port tack ley line and try to bite into as much of the leaders as they can. And Windquest is coming in, and she'll get on the starboard tack ley line. Here they come up to the mark. Nice leg by the Natalie J, Bill O'Neill and Sharon O'Neill's boat from Michigan. Navigated by Phil's son, Phil. Goes around the mark, first mark of our practice race. Spinnakers are in the shuttle, up on the head stays. Normally when we get like this, when you see that much, right, a lot of these guys may try to jibe set, but the leader will probably hold on. These guys are going for the bearway. Natalie J going for the bearway set, sails up the shuttle out of the head stay, and chute is up. They're not able to get the shuttle in the Wizard. It goes up loose, but it doesn't seem to hurt them as the sail goes all the way up, and they're jibe setting. Just kind of doing a little separation from the Natalie J. The Mockingbird also job setting. The two boats that were over early, the Katana and the Windquest, fighting and scrapping to get back into the leader pack. Natalie J continues on to starboard. We see the two. You're seeing the Katana rounding now, chute going up, and the Windquest coming around the mark. Windquest goes for the bareway, Katana goes for the job set. As the boats separate, it's hard for us to decide which group to follow. We'll follow the three boats going to the shore. As the shore is paid off on the beat, there's a little chance that there'll be a little bit of relief there on the run. Natalie J jobs over. She's not going to let these guys get too far ahead. Windquest set their staysail, so they're there to stay for a while. I wouldn't say they're settling in, but I'm saying that they're definitely going to wait for something good to cross over on. The two lead boats, the Natalie J and the Wizard, kind of poked out there. That's the Mockingbird and the Wizard. Natalie J is down to leeward. You can see the shoreline right at the top of your screen. Beautiful white sand. It looks like they're going to go into shallow water, but the water is quite deep right to the edge. Wizard leading the three boat pack. Natalie J, not in your screen, but basically trying to save pace. She's a little bit bow up on these guys, which is why you come to the shore to get that relief. And I think she hadn't got it yet. And she could have lost time to the Wizard as they come in here to the beach. Windquest continues to go on starboard, so she'll be out there by herself. Here comes the Katana, the Mockingbird, and the Wizard jibe simultaneously. Probably pretty close to the ley line. Natalie J coming across. Natalie J still ahead. I don't know if it's as much. We'll see it when they cross over, but she's still got a lead. Her jib staysail's rolled up. Katana also jibes, pulling out her solid black staysail. Interesting move on the Natalie J. She doesn't go all the way into them. One of two things. One, she couldn't get to them, or two, maybe she feels like she can lay from there, which would then put her ahead. Windquest now over. Now we've got the long stretch into the leeward mark. The four boats here on the downwind left are pretty set now. Windquest looks like she could have lost ground out there on the downwind right. Ford does a great job of pressing down over the Wizard and over the Mockingbird. Ford Galati, one of a really good downwind dinghy helmsman, does a great job in really pressing the boat down. Wizard kind of getting ran over by Ford, by the Natalie J. And because of that bad air, enables Chris Duhan in the Mockingbird to kind of creep up, and all the gains that could have been made are now lost, and there's a good chance that the Mockingbird rolls the Wizard. The Wizard's going to have to be patient and wait till she gets to the bottom to see if she can take the advantage of the Mockingbird at some time. And back just behind that group, the Katana, kind of lingering back. Katana, a really quick boat in this range downwind, will probably try to eat up as much downwind boat length as she can to try to make a play going up the next beat. WindQuest tacks out there. WindQuest jibes out there. All boats are now on starboard jibe coming into the leeward mark. In your screen, you see on the bottom, you see the Wizard, Mockingbird, and Natalie J as they go towards the weather mark. Towards the leeward mark, the leeward gate. It's hard to tell from our point of view here if they're laying because we can't see the gates yet. Ford does a great job of pressing down. He's actually now pressed down underneath the Mockingbird because she has just a slightly bigger sail plan. She's able to go lower than some of the other boats, same as the Wizard. As I said earlier, the Heartbreaker is in the dock being repaired after a failed bow pulpit and lifelight failure, which put 4 crew members in the water on our first practice race. We're coming down here to the leeward mark. Obviously, 4 is laying as the staysail is in. Mockingbird, Chris's staysail comes in. The 3 boats pretty set. Interesting that the Wizard probably will take left gate, left turn, which will put her back on the inside on the upwind right where you'd think most everybody wants to go. Boar probably will come up to this mark, go hard on the wind, and take a quick tack over so that she can at least get some bow-to-bow leverage on the Wizard. There goes her chute coming down into the hull. At the first gate, Natalie J leads the race, followed right by Chris Duhan, and third by the Wizard. Natalie J sails her in, makes the turn, hard on the wind, and goes right into the tack. Didn't even harden up. Just went right into the tack, leading to the beach. Now she has a really good bow-to-bow leverage with the Wizard, who has taken the left gate. Katana does a quietly good job of catching the pack. WindQuest coming in. Right gate, right turn for the WindQuest. Jibs up. WindQuest logo pointing towards the mark. Shoots in the boat. And all 5 boats have rounded the mark and now heading upwind. Chris Duhan now tacks over. And it looks like, Duhan, that was the Katana that tack. Chris Duhan has bore away and decided not to do the next windward leeward. Chris is calling it a day. Maybe do a little bit of work on the boat and give the crew a rest, as tomorrow could be 3 races. And we're back live on the course. Um, our drone only lasts 40 minutes, and the races are 50 minutes, so there we go. So we see the pack going upwind. They have not, since we left, they haven't tacked. Everybody has now taken the long port tack over to get to the starboard ley line. Forge did a great job on the Natalie J, knowing he was rounding the right gate, right turn at the leeward gate. Tacked immediately, so he had a great position on the wizard, and actually has put some bad air on the wizard. That's let the katana kind of catch up, and a little bit the windquest also. As they go in, we're getting close. We're probably 90% up this beat, 10% more for them to 10% more on this tack before they get to the ley line. Very close. Beautiful day. Breeze has been consistent all day long. Breeze is still at 308 where we started the race at. Maybe it's lightened up one knot, just barely breaking the white caps on the water. Both the Katana and the Windquest have done a great job of coming back into the pack. As we approach here, there you go. The Natalie J just tacks over, and she's on the starboard ley line. So does the Wizard. We'll see where the Katana comes in. It'll be very close to the Wizard. I don't think she may have a little piece of her. Boats are all coming in. Bill O'Neill, the fourth, I think, navigating on the Natalie J, calls a very good ley line from here. It looks like the Katana has the Wizard. She goes across. Windquest tacks early to maybe try to get something on this whole lineup. As these boats all line up on starboard, there's going to be some bad air, and somebody's going to be going slow. Just another little shot at getting back into the pack. Natalie J, as we say, with a full bone in her teeth, she is rolling up here to the weather mark. Katana has done a good job of kind of slowing the Wizard down. And as we approach the second weather mark of our practice race today, beautiful day of sailing out here. We even have a few spectator boats on Wednesday afternoon. Natalie J approaches. Chutes getting ready as they approach the weather mark. Natalie J, first boat to the second weather mark of our practice race today. Comes around, everybody's setting the chute. Looks like they're setting up for the bareway set as they pulled the chute out and pulled it along the foot. As you can see, her spinnaker's in the shuttle going up the headstay. Nice set. Chute is up within one boat length of the mark. The Natalie J is out. Next comes the Katana. John Hune from St. Louis. Cardinals fan, he says. Chute going up. Bareway set also. John's done a great job since buying the boat last season, and his first year into it. There's Peter Askew. Chute is up. 3 boats lead. Windquest coming, and she's gained a little, but not enough to actually get into the pack. She's setting up for the job set. Matt Cassidy up there on the bow. Here she goes. Chute's going up. We see the clue coming around the side as a slow job. Chute's already coming up on the other side. Nice slow job. Job well done with the WindQuest crew on the job set. Maybe a little too late, but it might give her a shot to come back into the pack. Morgan Larson and the Katana, they also jibe. You're looking at the three leaders there. Katana jibed over onto port, and the stars are the Wizard, and the lead boat is the Natalie J. With a lead like this, I think Four feels pretty confident. Sometimes, as we get late in the afternoon, although it's not that late, it's only 3:04, the wind begins to lighten. Sometimes we'll take a little left swing, upwind left swing, which would be a downwind right, which is where they are. There's, Natalie J rolls up her staysail. She goes over. Here she goes, just kind of protecting her territory there. Simultaneously with the Wizard, both boats are over. Staysails are back out. All boats are now on port jibe as they come down towards the beach. We'll probably in the next few days as we race, well, of course, we'll be further out in the middle of the bay, which will take this beach out of play. I think today for the practice races, Carol Ewing, our race committee chair, said I didn't want to spend a lot of time going out to the middle of the lake and back. It made for some interesting races through the day. You can see all four boats here in your shot. Most leeward boat being the Natalie J, and the boat at the top of your screen being the WindQuest. WindQuest rolls her staysail up. She's getting ready to come back in, probably very close or just probably inside the ley line. Really nice late main drive by the WindQuest. Nice late main drive by the Katana. The two leaders will come over and stake their territory in front of them. There we go. All the boats see both the Wizard and the Natalie J drive over. Wizard trying to put something on the Katana to stop her. I don't think she has enough. She's just not there yet. Morgan feels she is. She's going to take one more and out. Along with Four in the back of the boat is George Pete, present J70 World Champion, and Scott Nixon, who's been racing all year on the Fox and one of the principal players at the Quantum Sail Design Group, head of all One Design Sails. Interesting with Morgan Larson's taking that little hitch out. The one thing it enables him to do, it makes him to come into the finish with a full head of steam. At our last regatta, he did the very same thing, and just in the last seconds of the last race, passed two boats, which helped basically retain their first place for that series. great practice day out here today and some great practice racing. I often tell a lot of people that these crews work harder on practice day than they do on race day. As we look at a lot of sails, we do a lot of sail testing, then we do all these races. And then sometimes we'll even stay later after the races end and do more sail testing. Nice job with the Natalie J. Interesting to see how they come out with the Wizard and the Katana. Windquest has done also a good job of kind of stepping back into the pack. Doesn't look like the Natalie J is going to lay. So she's got she's probably got one and in. Katana does not. She's going to one and in, meaning one jibe to the finish. Katana looks like she's laying. Wizard's definitely one and in. Staysail gets rolled up. Natalie J jabs over. Nice wire-to-wire victory for the Natalie J. Interesting play here. Wizard goes a little deeper, so she has a tighter angle and a faster approach here as she comes into the finish. I don't know if she has enough for the Katana. She's over. Coming in full on. Katana, as this is a practice race, is going to have nothing to do with that. They're just going to take their shoe down. It looked like the Katana actually is now across the finish line. There's the Wizard and then the Windquest getting to finish the job. And they're done and over. Well, that's it. That's our practice day from here at Traverse City. I'm sorry, not Traverse City, here at Harbor Springs in Little Traverse Bay. We will all be out tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern Time.
Well, thank you for a beautiful day of sailing. We will see you on shore.
We'll start our presentation probably at 1 o'clock. So for those who will join us tomorrow, we'll see you then. And if not, we'll see you when you watch us. This is Farley, and I'm out.